Hello readers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Goerge by Gino. I think if more people were to read this book, we will be having less fights on Twitter over who is a woman and who isn't, but that's just me though. I love this book. This for me was a 5 out of 5 stars. I'm not even joking, I like this so much. It is an emotional roller coaster. If you still, 2020, still don't understand what a transgender person goes through and feels like and is, if a transgender woman is a woman, if a transgender man is a man, is it a woman, man, woman, If you still have no idea, if you still are fighting on Twitter over this because you have not been reading and trying to understand other people's perspective, I would recommend this to you. I think everyone should be reading this. So we're following Goerge. She is a girl born in a boy's body, so obviously she's going through that. We have a transgender main character. What? This is my first book with a transgender main character, so I'm happy that we are seeing more of them and more authors talking about in the LGBTQ+ community being published, being recognized, and being promoted, even if it's not with the editors, but at least I think that the community, the book community and the LGBTQ community are doing a great effort to put out these books so that people can read them. So we're following Goerge, and she wants to be the star of a play in her school, but the role is for a girl, and everyone obviously thinks that she is a guy. So we're just following the struggles for all of that. We have kind of an understanding of how important it is to be there to support people, to actually say something when we see bullying going on, when we see people trying still to figure out something. It is our duty to come forward, especially if it's a kid, and say, you know what, this is a safe space, I respect you, I encourage you, you're great, you are valid. And this book is all about that, really. And I was so happily impressed with it. Yes, Gino, oh my god, the writing is beautiful. This is for little kids, so if you have a younger a little guy in your life or a little girl in your life, you should totally buy this for them or read this to them because it is so important. At least create a little bit of empathy out there. I think, in my opinion, that's like being kind, #1 priority in life, but you do you, right? We follow this little girl, Goerge, and obviously when everyone sees her, they see a boy, but it's her dream to be a girl, to be surrounded by girls, to wear girls' clothes and go like with friends out and stuff like that. Of course the mom is going to be shocked. Of course he has an older brother. I was honestly surprised on how everyone reacted with this, like everyone around in their lives. There are heroes in the story, in my opinion. There's people that validate her and tell her that she is valid and that it is okay. I was almost crying for this little girl because even the mom is like, you know what, it doesn't matter, and she's trying to be supportive, but she says the wrong things all the time. She's like, you're always going to be my little boy. And in that moment you're like, no, that's the worst thing you can tell her. And the fact that she really believes that she's not going to be able to be a girl, it's super heartbreaking. I don't know, I don't think I can say a ton without giving spoilers. So if you've already read it, I'm gonna be talking about spoilers right now. So if you have not read it, stop it. I will watch you guys in my next video. But please go read it because it is such an important read. It is a fast book. You will be over it in like a couple of hours. So just sit down, read your book, and it'll be like a really fast read, and I think you will get a lot out of it. If you have read this book, I'm gonna talk about the spoilery stuff. 1. the friend, best thing ever. Oh, she's the sweetest thing. Obviously it took her like a week to like grab the idea, and I love that she was not just like, oh my god, no way, and she was not friends with George anymore, but she actually did research. And when she went back to talk to her, to talk to George, she came up with all of these, like, you know, you can transition, you can take pills, you can do this, you can do that, and if you say that you're a girl, and that's it. And I love that. I think that was the sweetest thing throughout the whole book, was like the support of the friend. The bigger brother was a huge surprise for me, because throughout the whole book he's like not a mean boy, but he's like a really boyish boy. So him being like, oh, I thought you were gay, oh, I guess that's okay. It is hard also to see how gays and lesbians, I think now, are more recognized and more people are okay with that, but still we have a lot of problems with trans people not being recognized as men or women. So this book, I think it really is an eye-opening book for people to realize what a trans person goes through from the very beginning, since they are kids. I mean, I cannot imagine, I'm a straight girl, I cannot imagine being little and wanting to go to ballet class and my mom being like, of course not, you're a boy. Like, people, like, if someone would tell me that I was a boy and that I had to do boy things, since you were a kid, like, that's traumatic. This book is definitely eye-opening. It teaches a lot of the experience, and it creates a lot of empathy, I think. So I do think that it is a really important read and a book that everyone should be reading. Mom was the most heartbreaking thing ever, and I do think that right now the parents or the older people are the ones that are just set in the old ways, and for them to like accept something like this is the most difficult. But it was nice that at the end the mom was like trying to work the way through it, you know. It's really sad to see when the parents are like not accepting it, and it's like a cold no. We still have a lot of work to do. That's what this book also teaches. We have a ton of stuff to still fight for and to support, obviously. So being kind to others, if you notice something like this, especially in a kid, I mean, probably give him or her a thumbs up and tell him, you know, you're valid. Oh, my dog just you know, you're valid, and what you feel is okay. And it's going to be fine, and you won't feel trapped throughout your whole life. Things are going to change. So yes. Anyways, that is my book review for George. If you have not read it, go read it. Stop watching spoilery stuff and read it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel for more book reviews and bookish content. And I will see you readers on my next video. Bye! Oh my god, with my dog. I cannot believe that I actually remembered to take a thumbnail. Ah! This is all over the place. I'm gonna have